Hi boys and girls, today we're going to talk about addition and subtraction of decimals, lesson 4.5. Now if you remember, today we went over a problem like this. And we said there was a problem with the work that this person did. What was the problem in this problem? Turn to a partner and discuss it now. Good. Hopefully you said that this person did not line up their columns correctly. Their decimal points are not lined up under one another. This problem should have looked like this. 76 hundredths plus 2 tenths. We bring down our decimal. Always bring that down first. Then we're going to add our columns. If you don't like that there's not anything here, you can put a placeholder in there. You can use a 0, or you could even use an X. But we know that there's nothing there in that spot. So we add 6 plus 0 is 6, 7 plus 2 is 9, and 0 plus 0 is 0. We have 0 and 96 hundredths. Okay, so we're going to try some sample problems today. Our first problem is 97 and 46 hundredths plus 22 and 97 hundredths. Now, we suggest that you always line up your problems on a computation grid or grid paper like this. So I'm going to leave myself a little space in the top in the corner just in case I have to do some extra work. And I'm going to line up my problem, 97 and 46 hundredths plus 22 and 97 hundredths. Notice how I kept my decimal points in a nice, neat line. If that doesn't happen, you're going to get the wrong answer. First thing I'm going to do is bring down my decimal point. Then I can start adding my columns. 6 plus 7 is 13. Put the 3 down. I'm going to carry my 1. 9 plus 4 is 13. Plus 1 is 14. Put my 4 down. I carry my 1. 7 plus 2 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Put my 0 down. Carry my 1. 9 plus 2 is 11. Plus 1 is 12. That gets carried there and actually just falls down. So my answer is 120 and 43 hundredths. Remember, very important, keep my decimals lined up. Let's try a trickier problem. Here we have 1 and 5 hundredths plus 0 and 3 tenths, or just 3 tenths. So I'm going to set my problem up. 1 and 5 hundredths plus 0.3 or 3 tenths. I draw my line under. If I want my placeholder, I can put a 0 there. And then remember, what's my first step here? Turn to your partner. What's the first step? Good. You should have put your decimal in your answer right away. And we're going to add normally. 5 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 3 is 3. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 and 35 hundredths. Let's try another one. Here we have 9 and 87 hundredths minus 4 and 68 hundredths. Okay. What's the first step I do? Once again, turn to your partner and discuss. And we're going to bring down our decimal first. Nice job. and I'm going to subtract normally. But be careful when you're subtracting. Do your trade first method or borrowing. So I can't do 7 minus 8. So I'm going to borrow from the 8. The 8 becomes a 7. My 7 becomes a 17. I can do 17 minus 8. I can do 7 minus 6. And I can do 9 minus 4. So I'm good to go. 17 minus 8. If we use the count up method, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 9 fingers. 9. 17 minus 8 is 9. 7 minus 6 we all know is 1. 9 minus 4 is 5. My answer is 5 and 19 hundredths. We're going to try one last problem today. This one's going to be a little trickier. Okay, so we have 0 and 4/10, or 4/10 minus 28 hundredths. So I'm going to set that up over here. Do my 0.4 minus. Now I'm going to set up my 0.28. Okay, now this is a funny looking problem, but we're going to get through this together. Now, the first thing I want to do is, again, bring down my decimal. But when I look to subtract here, I don't have anything above the 8. This is a time when you have to put in that placeholder. So we're going to put our placeholder as a 0. Remember, adding a 0 after a decimal never changes the value of that number. It's just placeholders. So now, can we do 0 minus 8? No, we cannot. So I'm going to borrow from the 4. It becomes a 3. I take 1 over here, and that becomes a 10. Can I do 10 minus 8? Yes. Can I do 3 minus 2? Absolutely. And we all know we can do 0 minus 0. 10 minus 8 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 0 minus 0 is 0. So I have 0 and 12 hundredths, or simply just 12 hundredths. Okay, boys and girls, please remember, always line up your decimals when you're adding and subtracting with decimals. Also, we want to remember that when we're subtracting, first we have to trade first or borrow. Remember to add your placeholder, because I can't just bring an 8 down when I'm subtracting. If you're careful and follow these steps, you will do great with adding and subtracting of decimals. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.